The Australia Awards Scholarship is currently open for applications. And before I explain this document, I let me mention that I recently had an interview with an Australia awardee. She shared her experience, her application experience, and also how she got selected for the interview and eventually got the scholarship to study in Australia. She's currently in Australia pursuing her master's. So you can watch the full interview. The link is there in the video description. That will also help you to get first-hand information from someone who has gone through the application process. In this video, I'm going to explain the guidelines for Africa. I picked Africa. It's a short document, but for more information, there's the Awardee Handbook. It's like 148 pages. So that will take time to explain the whole document, but you can read it at your own time. Go to the official link of the scholarship. It's there in the description as well. And then read the handbook to understand more about the scholarship. Here, I'll just give you information about what is required, what is the eligibility criteria, so that you can tell whether you qualify for the scholarship or not. Let's quickly go through the document. So this is for Africa. This instructions for those who are coming from African countries. Australia's international development assistance promotes a prosperous, resilient, and stable Africa. So the program aims to support in achieving development goals through education, knowledge exchange, and building enduring relationship with Australia. It also equips emerging leaders with skills, network, and experience needed to contribute to sustainable development and foster international cooperation. So, as an applicant, you are assessed based on your professional and personal qualities, academic competence, and most importantly, your potential to exercise leadership and impact on development challenges in eligible countries. That means not all countries are eligible for the scholarship. There are some countries that are eligible, others are not eligible. You have to check if your country is eligible before you start working on your applications. Applications from women, people with disability, and other marginalized groups are encouraged. So if you're a woman, you are a person with disability, or from a marginalized group, you are encouraged to apply. These are the eligible African countries. If you are from one of these countries, you are eligible to apply for the Australia Awards. Now let's look at the priority fields. You might be from an eligible country, but maybe your field might not be one of the priority areas. So you check your country, and then you also check your the field of study if it's one of the priority areas. The priority areas of study for eligible African countries are this. This means that these are the top programs. These are the fields that will be prioritized for the scholarship. If you are agriculture and food security, climate change, foreign policy and international security, gender, disability and social inclusion, mining and energy. So you should have an interest in one of these priority areas in order to apply for the scholarship. The Government of Australia regularly reviews these areas of study and adjusts the emphasis of the program. Detailed information on priority areas can be found on the Australia Awards Africa. If you want to learn more about the priority awards, you can just check Australia Awards Africa. The scholarship is for master's degree at an Australian tertiary institution. You have to study your master's degree at one of the Australia universities. And these are the benefits of the scholarship. You receive a return air travel. Return air travel, that means you get a flight from your country at the beginning of your studies to Australia, and then at the end of the studies, flight back to your country. A one-off establishment allowance on arrival. Normally, establishment allowance is like a settlement allowance, a once-off allowance to help you to get settled or get the necessary things you need to settle. Full tuition, your tuition fees are covered. You have contribution to living expenses, introductory academic program, you have health cover, you have supplementary academic support, field allowance for research students, and masters by coursework, which has a compulsory field work component. And then eligibility criteria. This is the most important part because you should be one of this. You should be the candidate they are looking for. As I read the eligibility criteria to you, or as you read the eligibility criteria to yourself, you have to ask yourself this question: am I eligible for this scholarship? Are they describing me? Are they talking about me? So, Australia-wise applicants must meet all eligibility requirements detailed in the policy handbook, the handbook that I spoke about. Please just go and read it. Let's look at the ones that are specified here. Be a minimum of 25 years of age on 1 February 2027. That means by the 1st of February 2027, you should be 25 years of age and above. You should not be less than 25 years. So you should be from 25 years and above. And you should have minimum 5 years of postgraduate work experience, working in a field relative to your field of study. So you should have like 5 years of experience, and that experience should be related to your field of study. It should not vary or it should not be different from your field of study. You should be employed at the time of applying for the scholarship. So you should be working right now when you apply for the scholarship. And then we have already spoken about the countries that are eligible. You should not already hold or be undertaking a master's degree or equivalent. So you should not already have a master's degree or currently pursuing a master's degree. You should already have an undergraduate degree that is equivalent to an Australian undergraduate degree. Not have previously received a long-term Australia award. You should meet the minimum English language proficiency, 6.5 in IELTS, with no band less than 6.0. You can also do TOEFL, PTE. Scores must be valid on 1 January 2026, excluding candidates if their first language is English and they've undertaken their education in English. So if your English is first language, or your undergraduate degree was taught in English, then you are excluded. Here, the program also makes access adjustment for people with disabilities and for prospective students wanting to specialize in disability rights and inclusions. You can visit the GEDSI Support Hub for additional information. These are the application dates. The scholarship opened on the 1st of February and it will close on the 30th of April 2026. Note the time zone and then convert to see what time zone will it be in your own region. You should have submitted all your documents and your application by the 30th of April, not after. The application process, you have to apply online through Oasis, the online application system. Applicants must use their full name exactly as it appears on their passport, including first, middle, and last name. Applicants must not use nicknames, shortened versions, or abbreviations of their names. So when you do your application, you have to use your official names, okay? Do not use nicknames. And then these are the supporting documents. Of course, you can read the handbook to find out more about the required format for the documents and how you are supposed to certify your documents. And this is the list of documents that are required that you have to provide: your passport, your undergraduate degree certificate, your undergraduate academic transcript, your CV, your employee referee report, academic referee report, the English test. Successful candidates will be required to produce original documents for certification. So for right now, you have to use copies to apply. Don't upload, don't send your original documents. But when you are successful, you will be required to produce your original documents. This is the selection process. There will be shortlisting after eligibility checking. Only shortlisted candidates will be contacted regarding the outcome of the shortlisting process. The selection process include an interview. uh, the Australia awardee I mentioned earlier, she did mention that she went through the interview, and she also shares tips on how to be successful in your interview. Please go and watch that video so that you have an understanding. And then if you are successful, you'll be notified late 2026. And then you have to meet the requirements of the Australian government for your travel. There's a preparatory training for successful applicants. That's course counseling, pre-departure briefing, universities introductory academic program, and other required preparatory study on arrival in Australia. So for further information, you have to go and read the handbook. It has a lot of information. Like I mentioned, it has about 100 over 100 pages. I think 148 pages. So you need time to sit down and go through the policy handbook so that you have a better understanding of what is required, your eligibility criteria, and everything about the scholarship. If you need support with your application, you can book 1 month mentorship, and then we'll go through the application together. I'll review your documents. I'll also review your essays and your application before you submit. So book through the link in the description. All the best with your application.